Death is not the end. Death is a new beginning. And to some people, death is a new beginning because, the soul itself, uh, no matter how you look at it, what makes a person, it's not necessarily their physical body. It's not necessarily um, the things around them. It's the choices they make. It's the things they surround themselves with. It's the family that they build. It's the memories that they make with other people. You know, um, everybody asks the question, is there anything after death? And the answer is absolutely. There has to be something after death because the soul, that which makes the person, that which helps them make the decisions, all of this is energy, and that energy goes somewhere. It doesn't just cease to exist. It's somewhere out there. It's around us. It's everywhere. You know, um death is just the next part of a journey. It's a new chapter. And living life is just preparing you for that transition because there's a reason that the memories that we hold of people are all related to certain things: touch, scent, smell. It surrounds you, it becomes part of what you know. um the That's how I'm going to preface this, because the day that Sandra died was a normal day. It was November, cold, chilly, wind on the branches of trees that had long ago lost their leaves. She passed from this world the same way she had lived in it. Ooh, and now Max is upset. Sorry, guys. Um, she left this world the same way she lived in it. She fought. Um, two different rounds of breast cancer, two mastectomies, chest tubes, life, you know, chemo, radiation. She did it all, and two times she came out on top. But the third time she didn't get so lucky. The third time it was AML. And AML is a blood cancer that attacks the red blood cells. No matter how much radiation or chemo you go through, it is painful, it is hard, and sadly this time the cancer won because there just comes a point where you can't do it anymore. The day that she passed was the day after her great grandson's birthday. She made sure she held out so that that child had a good day. And then she left. When she left behind her kids, her grandkids, great grandkids. There's a whole plethora of people. But the thing is, she wasn't really gone. It was hard. It was devastating. She left behind her husband, who was also struggling with his health. One of her daughters had gone through a divorce, moved back into the house, but life itself continued to go on. She was just no longer in it. People argue that when you die, it's over, that, there's nothing there, it's just blank space. But then, a year after she was gone, normal day. You fast forward a year, there's birthdays and holidays, first meetings with family members where she's not present. But there's always that lingering, you know, darkness to it, that lingering sadness. There's no more happy laughter. There's no more, you know, gathering out on the porch and talking about your day. There's no more, small little anecdotes about people growing up at night, growing up and, you know, doing things that kids do. There's no more, discussions about deep theology and what comes next. And, there's also no more nights where you sit around and you wrap bacon around a small microwave bowl and throw it in and make a bacon bowl to put a salad in. All those things are gone. But, there were the small, subtle hints every once in a while, catching that hint of Vanilla Field's perfume that just drifted through the house for no reason. Or, finding a bag of M&Ms hidden in a drawer that you didn't think you had before. Small little events that take place that you're like, wow, even all this time later, she has a tendency to surprise me. Especially when a figure like this is something so huge in your life. When somebody like that is in your life, the things they do, the things they say, they kind of envelop you. They help shape who you are. You can hear the voice of the people that are in your past when you make a decision going, oh, that's not a good idea, or screaming your voice in that way that kind of says, "What were you thinking?" These things still have a tendency to happen, and it's because they're never really gone. They're not going to be gone. In a way, they're always with you. But it's more than that. They are part of the universe around you. They always will be. So now you fast forward, you've gotten through Christmas, you've gotten through a birthday, you've gotten through Easter, you've gotten through July 4th, and day by day the pain lessens, and day by day you let go a little more. But then comes the day that's the anniversary of the death. You don't realize it, you're not thinking about it. You're going about your normal routine. There's getting the kids off to school, there's getting something out of the freezer to make for dinner. There's taking the dogs out, going to the vet, running to the grocery store. You move along on your day, and there's just a whisper, just a small inkling that something's a little different, a charge in the air that wasn't there before. Sure, it's November. Sure, it's cold. You feel it, but there's more to it than that because now the goosebumps are rising on your skin. Now you feel just that touch of ice that drives across your forearm like something just brushed past you that you didn't see there. And you know it's different, but you're not afraid. And you don't know why you're not afraid, but whatever's here, whatever's happening is something that's supposed to happen. Pick up your kid from the bus stop, you go to the house, turn on the lights, trying to find whatever it is that's causing this feeling. You can't really see it, but you know it's there. Child asks you a question, you send them off to do their homework. You start making dinner. Something simple. Never thought it would grace, the magazine covers or be something special. It's just something that you do by rote every day. It's a meatloaf. Oh, it's fine. Put a little bit of garlic in, mix the meat up, and then again that icy chill returns. Almost like someone saying, "Hey, stop. Pay attention. What's happening?" You pause, hands buried in meat, and you look around. There's no one there. There's no voice. There's nothing to hear. But you stop anyway. You turn to look over your shoulder. The dining room is just the same. There's nothing going on in front of you. What could it possibly be? You don't really know. All of a sudden, you think, okay, I'm losing it. It's been a tough year. You're facing all these changes. You don't know what's coming next. Now you're buried with your hands in meat and you're losing your mind because you're hearing things that aren't there. You're seeing things that aren't there. Think you're losing your grip on reality. You're losing your touch with whatever it is that keeps you sane. When all of a sudden, scent of vanilla brushes across you. You catch that scent, that whiff, and you turn and you look. There's not a candle lit. There's nothing there that would cause you to smell that. But automatically you feel like you're home. You hear someone. You hear the door open. You look, but the door's closed. There's nothing there. And then just a whisper. Everything's going to be okay. Stop. Stop doing what everyone else wants you to do. You never did it before. Why are you doing it now? You look around, there's still no one there. But you could swear you hear that voice. You could swear you heard her just over your shoulder. You look around again, she's not there. You finish making dinner. Again, debating your own sanity, wondering if maybe you've just finally lost it. If all the characters you've created over the years in your own little stories or your own little mind have finally taken over and you have snapped in some kind of psychotic peak. But it's quiet. You go, you check on your kid, doing homework, just as happy as a clam. You check your computer, nothing's changed there. Check out the window, no one's outside. Check the radio, it's turned off. But again, you could swear someone was there. You walk away after you get everything put on the oven and or in the oven and on the stove, and you go to sit down, and of all the things that could happen at just this moment, small little angel figurine starts to shake back and forth. It's moving, shaking its little hips. A joke. One that was bought by Sandra a year before, right when she found out she was sick. She always had a thing for angels. You knew that. But now, this little itty bitty figurine dances back and forth. Little hula dance. You're like, okay, that's strange. It's never done that before. Put your hand on it, stop the motion. Strange as it was, you can kind of dismiss it. It is a movable little figurine after all. But that is when you bring up your Facebook. Everything else in the world, but technology is what technology is. You can't get away from it. It lives in every moment. Yet, how funny is it that when you open your Facebook, the very first thing that pops up on your screen is a video you haven't seen in 10 years, a clip from a movie that very few people have ever watched called The Villain. It's funny because this clip shows Kirk Douglas flipping all across the screen. You know it's fake. You know the actor didn't do it. But that movie was something that you watched with Sandra more than once. And that moment at the end where the main character's flipping around, going crazy, all because Anne Margaret kissed his cheek. You lose your mind. In what universe would this ever pop up since no one talks about that movie anymore? And there was only one person in your life that found it important. But underneath that one clip, that one video that somebody decided to put up on Facebook, is the title, It All Turns Out Okay. So, you be the judge. Is life it, or is death just the next journey that we go on?